Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to talk about facial hair growth or hair growth just in general, like how you can grow hair basically anywhere in your body. And well, we are talking mostly facially because we are talking about looks maxing. My name is Savash. I dedicated myself to looks maxing. I'm on this journey myself. I'm talking to you about what I'm trying to do. And today is about hair growth. Why am I interested in hair growth? I got full hair on my head. I have no issue with that. How do I do that? I don't know. I just don't use shampoo, honestly. I don't use shampoo. I just use water, and sometimes I use eggs because they're actually quite good for your hair. That's actually the most natural type of shampoo that you can use is an egg. But don't wash your hair warm. Like, don't use too warm water that's too warm because it's gonna cook the egg on your head. You don't want that. But yeah, I got good hair on my head, so you might be asking, does he want to grow a beard? No, I don't care about a beard. Like a little mustache, goatee, all right, but what is important to me is the eyebrows and the lashes, because those are really important for your looks. I got thick eyebrows, but they're not that dense. They don't have that long and many hairs in them, so you can see the skin through them right now even. And my lashes are just not curled. They're quite long. I could just get them curled, It's a little bit sus. I need to do it somewhere that people don't know me, because you know what they would say. I like women. But yeah, other than that, they're quite long. But why not get them longer? You can't have lashes that are too long. You can't have brows that are too bushy. It's not possible. Looks better always. So I looked it up today and I got to some conclusions. I'll first talk about the things that don't work, all right? First of all, well, there's some things that don't work at all, but there's some things that you think might work, but they're actually more mild, really little, have really little effect. That being dermapens or massaging the face or basically doing anything that type of sort. Like, you can't, like, what we think that happens is we actually get new follicles. I read it today. I don't know how to spell it, man. That's always what happens, man. I'm just reading it and I don't know how to spell, so I'm just reading it. There's another word today which is going to be quite difficult to spell for me. Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but I know it. So the follicles are let's say the little thingies that carry your hairs, all right? That's like one hair is in a follicle. And you have really strong follicles, which are healthy. They are like the hairs on my head. They're healthy and they have some dense hairs coming out of them, and they can grow long. And you have some weaker ones, which can't grow that long. And what we think is when we use a dermapen that it actually induces more follicles, but it doesn't. It just damages the skin and makes it grow more. Like it just gives us a growth factor. Like it's a signal that it should grow more because there's more blood flow coming in, because it thinks it is damaged, like the skin is damaged. So it doesn't really make you grow new hair as well. The blood flow helps, but it just helps them get more of the materials in there. And that's what we're going to talk about. Materials are really important. Keratin, biotin, sulfur, amino acids. You need those things, all right? Keratin, your body produces through protein. So, and all the other stuff also, you find them in eggs, basically. You need to eat a lot of eggs. You need to consume basically animal foods. Animal food diet, animal food-based diet, carnivore diet if you want it to be. That's actually really good for hair growth. You don't need to supplement it necessarily. If you just have an animal-based diet, you don't need to supplement it. I actually have the supplements, but I learned today that I don't need to supplement because I eat animal-based foods anyway. I have enough biotin and keratin production, so that won't be a problem. And yeah, that's really important. Those are the materials. And what you need then are the signals, let's say, because look, the thing is your follicles, I think it's follicles, man. I hope I'm spelling it right. Look, if you are roasting me in the comments, go ahead. I deserve it. I didn't look it up. So the follicles, they have 3 stages of growth. I forgot the 2 other ones. I think it was catagen and telogen, and then there's anagen. So you want the anagen one to last longer because that's the growing phase. That's the most important phase. That's the phase where your hair grows thick and long. So there are products which actually lengthen that process. And there's one really special one that's actually really effective for the brows and for the lashes, especially for them. And that is prostaglandin analogs. All right, prostaglandin analogs are like, I can't even explain to you. It's like peptides, but it's not a peptide. It's something else. It's those named short chains of amino acids, but they're still giving signals locally that lengthen the anagen lifespan. I hope I'm spelling it right as well. That's like the not lifespan, but it's like the time where the hair grows, and it makes it longer, and you can use it during that time. It's like topical. You use it, you put it on, and it grows. And it grows actually quite good. But problem with that is you can't get it because it's actually a drug. It's a drug that is used for glaucoma. I think hopefully I'm spelling that right. Glaucoma, which is like pressure on the eye. And you can only get it through prescription. So I'm not advising you to get it any other illegal way. I'm not advising you to use it even because it has some side effects. You can get some pigmentation and also some fat loss around those areas. And that might be really significant because if you have eye bags like me and you don't want to have more eye bags, you wouldn't want to have some fat loss right there. Or you don't have, like you have a lot of eyelid exposure, you don't want even less fat there because there's going to be more eyelid exposure, more eye bags because it's going to be even more hollow. You don't want that. And you also don't want pigmentation. I have some pigmentation. I don't have it because of that, but I wouldn't want more too. So yeah, that's the risk, but it's the most effective. That's definite. So prostaglandin analogs is basically the most effective. I don't even know what to call it. Topical type of thingy. You can tell I'm really professional with this. That topical type of thingy you can use to grow your brows and lashes. It's really effective. But yeah, and if you stop using it, it will go back to normal, or it will stay a little bit longer like that, hopefully. Well, I'll look for a way how I might be able to get it. I'm not advising you to do it. I am talking about GTA, by the way. I would never do that in real life. I'm thinking about a way to get it. I know a friend who has some problems with his eye, and he might have some, and I might buy it off him. But yeah, so that's that, prostaglandin. The second best thing that we got is minoxidil. And minoxidil is alright. Minoxidil is maybe half as good, alright? But it's also better for the beard. Like if you want to grow real facial hair, you're interested in that, I'm not. It's also the best thing basically for that. You don't need prostaglandin for that. It's like minoxidil is actually better. And it's also good for scalp growth. There's some studies made on that. But yeah, I hope I'm going to get my fingers on prostaglandin somehow. But yeah, and if you want to have new follicles, actually have new hair, because that's the thing, you can't get new hair. It's not possible unless you get a hair transplantation. So those are the 3 ways, all right? You got the real hard max, all right? You got the real hard maxing type of stuff, which is actually getting into heart transplantation. But I would also recommend to you to use it connected with something else like minoxidil or in GTA prostaglandin analogs, because else it might fall off again because they're too weak. The follicles are just put in there newly, like they're just like newborns. You need to feed them something so they stay and they get some blood flow and they get the nutrients that they need, the materials to grow hair. But yeah, other than that those are the 3 ways. So you got the real hard max or the heart transplantation. You got the middle, which is like prostaglandin. It doesn't have any bad other side effects. It's just the pigmentation and the fat loss. And I would fat loss around the area. And I would risk it because I would just be careful and put it right, like really little amounts, quite often, but really little amounts right on the brow. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the lashes. I would like to grow longer lashes, but like just curling them might be enough because I got long lashes. You can look at it, you can see it. I got long lashes, so. But yeah, I'll look up with that because I'll just be careful. I would risk it though. The risk reward ratio seems valid on that one, but yeah. And you got the soft maxing type of thing with minoxidil. But also with minoxidil, there's also the risk that it turns back to normal if you stop using it. So all of them have kind of a dependency on them. And what generally just makes them grow longer is definitely growth hormones in your body, IGF-1, HGH, just more androgenic growth hormones, especially the beard-like androgenic growth hormones. They actually make it grow, which is like testosterone and stuff. DHT also makes your beard grow. But if you stop using minoxidil or prostaglandin, your hair will go back to before. It won't be less, but it will be like it was before because it would just go back to its neutral state that it wasn't before. Or the follicles. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. That's all about it. And I'm probably gonna still buy some minoxidil just as cope. Like that's just whatever. I guess I use minoxidil, but minoxidil is not that effective as prostaglandin. Like minoxidil doesn't lengthen the anagen space. Like it actually just gets some more blood flow, but a lot actually. I wouldn't recommend oral minoxidil because then you got it in your whole body, in your whole system. It doesn't just affect one area. So yeah. There was also some other stuff, some other injectables, like hormone type of stuff. And it's just not, like it doesn't make sense to take them for one area. Like they're affecting your whole body. You will, for example, for oral minoxidil, it's the same thing. Like you will get hair growth everywhere. And you will get the effect everywhere. So you need to take a lot actually. Doesn't make sense in my opinion. I would just use a topical minoxidil. So yeah. But yeah, that's really it. I also looked up if GHK Cu, which is like copper peptides, like these type of peptides, if they are injectable and actually do something, but there's not a lot of evidence around it. So I wouldn't risk it. I might risk it. I might still risk it. I wouldn't risk it, but I might still risk it because there's nothing bad going to happen, I believe. But no, I'm gonna mainly stick to topical GHK-Cu. But yeah, that's basically it. Look, guys, if you like this video, if you know more about hair growth in your face, on your head, like, subscribe, follow my path, see how I will ascend. And yeah, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. I probably won't respond, but somebody else will, hopefully. And yeah, clip me, man. Clip me. Make clips of me and post them. Make this famous. Like I'm literally giving away free information, all right? I'm literally giving away free information. Like you would pay other people for this information. I'm actually giving you the facts. I'm telling you what is cap and what is real and what works and what doesn't and what's the best and what is achievable, what isn't, I don't know how my eyebrows are going to look and stuff after I start using it. I will start using minoxidil probably, but oh man, I wish I would just get my hands on some prostaglandin. I'm going to get my hands on it. Who's going to stop me? I'm going to ascend one way or another. If you want to see it, subscribe.